Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to Real Talk. So here it is, Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Suzette Martin, will no longer be prosecuted for dangerous driving. The Office of the Directors of Public Prosecution indicated its intention to discontinue the charges as Martin reappeared before Senior Magistrate Maureen Babulal Gaffer on Monday morning. A Deputy Commissioner of Police was arrested for dangerous driving, and the Director's Office, Director of DPP, decided not to follow up on the case, not to press charge. So Trinidad and Tobago, I ask myself, is it because of the rank of the DCP that the DPP decided not to charge the DCP, or is it that the officer that laid the charges were in some way intimidated by seniors not to go forward? I'm just asking a question here. I'm just asking a question. Deputy DPP Giselle Ferguson Heller did not reveal the reason for the decision. You see, this is the mistake that is made. So now you're leaving Trinidad and Tobago now to whisper among themselves to say some senior now probably threatened the police officer who laid the charges. This is the reality, you know. This is the reality in life. DCP get charged for dangerous driving. DPP office decides not to lay charges. Why? What's the reason? What is the cause? So can the DPP now explain to Trinidad and Tobago why they did not lay charges against the DCP? So because they decided not to lay charges and decide not to tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago why they decided not to lay charges, our citizen will be like, you know what, like somebody threatened the officer. Yeah. Somebody threatened the officer. It's sad, you know. It's sad. They did not give a reason why. So you mean an officer was caught driving dangerously, and then the DPP say, you know what, we ain't gonna charge you. Why? Because of her position? So is she better than the law? Or the law better than her? Now here it is, there was an error in the notice of discontinuancy that was initially filed, and it was corrected before being presented during a follow-up hearing yesterday. The outcome was welcomed by Martin's lawyer, Mr. Mitchell, who thanked the DPP office for taking the action. Attempts were made to contact DPP Roger Gasper to explain his decision to exercise his power under Section 90 of the Constitution to discontinue the case, but he did not answer calls. Well, we expected that. In a statement issued yesterday afternoon, Martin thanked God for the favorable outcome. She said she always had the utmost respect for the criminal justice system based on her profession. The charges against Martin related to an incident on April 18th last year along Priority Bus Route in the Crosses, Sanwa. The 14-year-old student was crossing the road to get to school when, around 8:30 a.m., when she was allegedly struck by an unmarked police vehicle driven by Martin. The victim suffered fracture to his leg, and an investigation was conducted by the PCA. So you actually hit somebody. DCP actually hit somebody. They suffered a broken leg. And then the DPP now decide not to charge the DCP. Things getting better in Trinidad, you know. Things getting better. The DPP discontinued the charge. So any police officer could bounce it down on the road now, and the DPP will discontinue the charge. Roger, I'm just asking a question. So if a police driving and they bump somebody on the road, nothing coming off of that. I'm asking a question, you know. I am asking a question. A 14-year-old suffered a broken leg. And that is it. If it was somebody else, I am definitely sure, number one, that I seized the vehicle. Number two, he would have still been in jail. Yes. It's sad. But I guess because of the DCP position, and because she's a deputy to the commissioner of police, you know they could get away with anything. In this country, anybody gets away with anything. It's sad to say, but this is the reality we are facing. It's sad, sad, sad to say. So I'm asking Roger now, what sort of compensation now that 14-year-old is going to get from TTPS? What sort of compensation? A police bunks down the guy. So Roger mum on the situation. Only Trinidad that could happen, you know. Let me tell you something. Bet your last dollar, only in Trinidad that could happen. Only in Trinidad. Nowhere else. Because that officer would have been on suspension immediately. Immediately. Until further investigation. But down here, you're suspended from your work and you're still collecting pay. As a police officer, they catch you transporting narcotics. You're on duty in your uniform and you're still getting paid while even being suspended. So who protecting the criminal now? Let me hear. Trying to make who protecting the criminal? But the officer himself committing criminal act. We good here now. We're real good in Trinidad. We're doing better and better. Better and better and better we're doing. Remember a little while ago when I told you all about the government is working out something for pensioners. When it come and it hits all your like a ball. Remember I was telling all of that? About less than a month back. I was telling all of that. They're coming with something for pensioners. All I get a little taste, all I get frightened. 25,000 and all start to fumble already. Let me tell you something. Pension is something you're entitled to. You know why? You're paid for it. NIS, you pay for NIS. You pay for it. Your contribution made you a member to receive. Pension is something you're entitled to. I'll tell you something. When you're here to finish with the pension clause and the legislations and the amendment, they would move it from something you're entitled to something you're not entitled to as a grant. Pension is entitlement. A grant is not entitlement. When you here to finish the paperwork, Trinidad and Tobago, the old age citizens in this country, all you go hold all their head and ball, you know. Trust what I'm telling all you. All you go hold all their head and ball. Believe me, all you won't like the outcome of it. So if you are just in Real Talk with Saieed, remember we are live on Synergy Network Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Or we run the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Also, remember we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you interest upfront on our fixed deposit. The only financial institution in this country is Real Talk. And we are giving you upfront interest on our fixed deposit. Remember that. Nowhere else cannot match us. They cannot beat us. You know why? They are afraid. In January coming, Real Talk will be having, Real Talk Credit Union, myself as the president, will be having talks with members in Guyana to set up a credit union there. Also talks in Barbados to set up a credit union in Barbados. We are extending, we are licensed financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago, and we are extending Real Talk Credit Union will be the only credit union in Trinidad and Tobago to venture outside into the Caribbean. You know why? Because the leader have a vision. The leader have an aim. The leader have a goal. Trust me. Where I will carry Real Talk Credit Union, it have men in Trinidad and Tobago, it have business people in Trinidad and Tobago would carry a business like that. Trust me, you'll see for yourself. I know as a person, when I tell you I doing something, you'll see it happen. Trust me, you will see it happening. We're going over the water. Real Talk Financing is in Guyana already. Soon we'll be in Barbados. Real Talk Credit Union will be in Barbados and Guyana. The Real Talk Group has two businesses in Guyana, Real Talk Financing and Real Talk Equipment Rental. We are in Guyana. And if it's joke, I will show you some documents after. So viewers, staying with the news. The Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, had denied claims of a backlog at the airport of Port of Spain. He has denied claims of a backlog at the port of Port of Spain, emphasizing that operations are proceeding as scheduled. According to information from the Port Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, import containers are being processed efficiently, and there were more available appointments for collection than customers arriving to collect their container. Sinanan noted that while some businesses were delaying collection to create space in their warehouse to accommodate importers, the port remained open on weekends for delivery. Listen to this.
Cabinet can actually interject and reverse this in a timely manner. They can interject because they know that there is a backlog. So why not step in and say we're going to extend the port rental free period from 5 days to, let's say, about 10 days. Reroute customs officers from other sections of customs, bringing them more so to the port.
Now, viewers, Sinanan described the court's decision back then as a victory for Trinidad and Tobago. He said the port was now fully operational and ready to meet the demands of importers and business, ensuring that the supply chain remained uninterrupted. Now, I'll tell you something, viewers. Sinanan said the court decision was a victory. But I want to let you keep in mind just how Sinanan, being a cabinet minister, got an increase from his salary review commission just so the port workers were protesting for their salary. I want to let you understand something. There's a saying that the old people say that do so and like so. Sinanan got an increase in salary being a member of cabinet, a cabinet MP. What the port workers got? He claimed it was a victory by the courts. The judge got a dime increase. Sinanan got a dime increase. The port workers had to stop protesting for their right and go back to work. Is that fairness? I want to ask the industrial court judge that. I want to ask on national television if that is fairness to the port worker, and I directing this question to the industrial court judge that told them stop protesting and go back to work. I want to ask you, ma'am or man or woman, if that was your son or your daughter or your husband or your wife or your brother protesting, and a judge make that decision, what you would I do? I respect your position as a judge, you know, but why you respect the port workers who was protesting for their right? And why you respect when SRC say you got to increase, you got to increase. Cabinet members got to increase. What the port get? What the port get? Madam Industrial Judge? Male or female? All they get increase. What the port workers get? They had to stay with a bus pants and go back to work while only getting increased to buy pants. That is why I just say, some of them, when they're driving the car, they should get an accident and dead. You know why? You know why? Fear is fear. And that is keep me going. The straightforwardness of me is keep me going. Fear is fear. A left cannot be a right and a right cannot be a left. And what we have in this country is left being right and right being left. That's what we have in this country. Finance minister making mistakes. And know the actual cost of the Tobago airport, but presenting it to Trinidad and Tobago. And the Prime Minister have nothing to say about that. Absolutely nothing. So you see how do something like so, but when Saieed come here, Saieed your bashing. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to watch the program, just switch your station, that is all. Just switch your station. That's all you have to do. And when they get tired of the road in your community, then they go switch it back and they go call in 238. Come 2025 is a different real talk, you know. Trust me, I put you on the spot and I call in your name. Yeah. I putting you on the spot and I call in your name. So Rohan said it was a victory. Yes, Rohan, it is a victory. It is a victory. You get a salary increase. The judge guy increase who stopped the port protest. And the port workers going back to work. With what? With nothing. Hence the reason why I say someone should die in accident. Oh, sorry, don't say that. How the hell don't say that? Fairness is a good thing. Yes, it's a damn good thing. Ugliness is a nice thing. God make you ugly, remain ugly. But a left cannot be a right and a right cannot be a left. It don't work with me. It don't ever work with me. So I want the judge now who make that decision. I want you to sit down and think. While you're drinking sorrel. While you stick your fork and you use a knife and you cut your ham. Somebody port workers can't do that. Oh, as a judge, I could cut ham. I never tell you as a judge, don't cut ham. I never tell you don't cut ham. But ask yourself if it was fair. That's what you have to ask yourself. Ask yourself if it was fair. Ask Rohan if he was fair. This is what all of this can't beat me with. Yeah, you can't get me with it. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to hear Kamala concerning the pension risk after this.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Realtalk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Realtalk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Realtalk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Life throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Realtalk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Realtalk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. Now, Minister of Works and Transport has denied claims of a backlog at the port. He denied that claims. No backlog, port moving smooth, but at the end of the day, I want to let you understand, it was not fair. It was not fair. SRC rushed and gave the minister an increase in salary, but what the SRC didn't see is the port workers protesting for them money. They didn't see that. But nevertheless, I hope some of them SRC people, you see, after the Christmas and thing, when they eat their curry, their heart should burn them. Yeah, with sourness. Sourness. Opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa is warning citizens that the government is planning to introduce legislation that will change and in some cases disqualify elderly people who reach the age of 65 from accessing the senior citizen pension. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to hear you with this. Now, on December 9th, a bill entitled the Miscellaneous Provision, Senior Citizen Pension and the Public Assistance Bill 2024 was laid in the Parliament. A major amendment is being processed in the bill which disqualifies persons which saving in the bank exceeding $25,000 from accessing the old age pension. According to the AHE today, they retracted the clause. Currently, while the submission of banking detail is prerequisite of applying for senior pension, there is no limit on how much money an applicant has in their account nor the amount disqualifying the applicant from accessing. So I want to ask myself here now. Come back to me there. This is what I want to ask myself. When someone applies for pension, is the bank going to give the government that detail now that you have exceeded $25,000 in the bank? Is your privacy in the bank being upheld? That is what I want to ask you. Is your privacy in the bank being upheld by the banking sector in Trinidad and Tobago concerning pensions? So those who access any pension forms and the details from the bank goes to those in the social development department. Are they going to actually see how much money you have in the bank in order to disqualify you or give you access to pension? Big question in Trinidad and Tobago. Did anybody raise it as yet? No, nobody saw it fit to raise it. Is your private business in the bank now being sent to Ministry of Social Development so people would know how much money you have in your account when and if you apply for pension? Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Great program as usual, man. You're bringing so much information to the citizens of this country. So I hope the citizens will wake up and, as you always say, unite in this country. It's the only way we can move forward and get over this destruction that this present administration brings to this country. Anyway, Mr. Saeed, I want to wish you season greetings to you, your staff, and I wish your business, the Real Talk Group of Company, success, continued success in this country, and you're doing such a great job. I want you to know the people that are doing great job in this country to make this country a better place and to keep the citizens informed. You could count them on one hand. You are one of those great souls, and God bless you with long life, good health, and strength and happiness.
Thank you, my friend.
You know, in this country, citizens wake up. You are bringing so much information to the citizens to wake up. State officials and high office holders in this country use their office and their position to bring pain and suffering to the people who employ them, you know. We see it here. A deputy commissioner of police was vindicated from wrongdoings, you know. And you know what is the sad thing, citizens of this country? They all will be rewarded. We have former Commissioner Williams, Philbert. We have the CMO who aided and abetted during the COVID and deaths of people. He was given the highest award in this country. You know what will happen next year? Here the people are going to get award for wrongdoings. Earl Christopher, Deputy Commissioner Benjamin Martin, and all those wrongdoers who aided and abetted in the suffering of this country will be rewarded next year. And Saeed will not get no reward. But Saeed, you get a reward from the Lord.
Thank
but
you,
I want
yes.
Martin to know she escaped the law of the land, which is flawed, but the law of the Almighty, you will not escape it. That is a young 14 years old boy, and I understand even up to this day he hasn't fully recovered from his injury. May Saeed, God bless you and your staff, and all the best to you for the season, man.
Same to you and your family, my friend. Now Trinidad and Tobago, Persad Basis has stated that this bill will make it harder for pension and persons getting public assistance to access those grants. Listen to this.
It is a bill that has to deal with pensions and public assistance. Munila just mentioned about the pensions. You know what they're coming to in that bill? This is what they do. You remember once they boasted about cutting 18,000 food guards? You all remember that? And they were so happy and proud to tell you they cut 18,000 people from getting their food cards. And they're coming now to cut your access to pensions and public assistance. Whilst they're taking the 84,000 and whatever pensions and allowances. That bill will make it harder for pensioners and persons getting public assistance to access it, to access those grants. They're monitoring how much money you have in the bank. That's what they're going to do. That's what this bill is telling us.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, the big question is, when you reach 65 or 64 and you apply because it takes some time, you reach 65 now, would the bank information be sent to social development to make sure that you do not have $25,000 in the bank? Now we understand today that the AG pulled back the claw. The AG pulled back the claw where they said the $25,000 not supposed to be in the document. So here's the reason why I asked the question. If that document did state that you should not have $25,000 in the bank, I am asking you now, for further reference, would the bank information be sent to social development? Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I want you to understand something. The banking sector, every employee in the bank sign a non-disclosure agreement. It's the same thing with my company. My financial company, every single worker signed a non-disclosure agreement. So it doesn't matter who comes through the front door. Nobody in our financial sector have authorization to say anything to anybody. And I just stress that with my workers and them. It doesn't matter if a judge comes through my front door and ask you about Real Talk financing. Zip your mouth. They cannot charge you. And they cannot question you. You know why? Under a non-disclosure agreement with Real Talk financing, you are not allowed to whisper, not even to anybody. And if they breach that, trust me, my lawyer will make mincemeat from you. Because you signed a document. You signed a document. So, the banking sector says that they're not supposed to give out any information Now listen to this.
I remember they want you to go cashless. They want you to put every cent you have in the bank, remember? Remember? That is so they will have control of your money that you worked for. But the man says, I don't like my money sleeping out. Remember? I want my money. I don't like my money sleeping out. But I tell you, they're monitoring how much money you have in the bank. And if you travel abroad, they're monitoring when you travel abroad. They're monitoring if your children give you any allowance. If they help you with whatever you may have to get and do, it's coming to reduce your pension. That is their priority in 2025.
Now, viewers, however, Social Development and Family Service Minister Donna Cox yesterday defended the bill, which is in her name, saying its purpose is to protect the elderly from abuse and to ensure that those who deserve the pension can receive it. So I want to ask Social Development Minister now, Donna Cox. When we see those big boys driving BMW and pull up in the grocery and pull out that food card, are you defending them? Are you defending them, Donna? Are you defending them? Do you have people in the Social Development Department that goes to the MP's office to make sure that is the vulnerable in the society gets the food card? Is there any minister in the government presently that holding food card? Is there any minister in departments holding food card? Ask yourself this, Donna, and do an investigation. You will be surprised. Your hair might fall off your head. The way you might get shocked. The way you might get shocked, you might get bald head. Trust me. Now, again I ask, is the bank information going to be revealed to Social Development? Will Social Development know how much money you have in the bank? If it's under 25 or over 25? This is where the banking sector come to task now. And this is where your private documents now, is it going to be revealed or not? Ask yourself that. Call a good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, your life.
These people realize if they had proceeded with this, they lost the election before the election even called. So they withdraw the bill. But the burning question on everybody's lip, I am very sure, is why was some government ministers allowed to go into the house with the fire hats on, right? Mm-hmm. Is any one of these people knowledgeable about investigating fires? What they was doing inside is, suppose a beam or wall is collapsed and kill one of them. They will look for that.
Hey, that should have happened.
And to make matters worse, the fire started back again, the embers catch back up, and they had to out the fire. What if they was inside it when that happened? Who gave these people permission to go into that building?
Correct.
After the police removed after the coroner and the police removed the body, the police have no business there. The only people have to investigate now is the fire services and do their report.
Correct.
What the ministers was doing there, this is crazy, all of it.
Thank you, my friend. So hear this now. Last night in Arima, when we highlighted the fire truck issue, we got a call that there was no water in Arima. So I wonder, can somebody from Arima call in and say if all you have water? I'll call in and say if all you have water in Arima now. Let me put Heinz. Gonzalez on that little pressure. So, ready? So Trinidad and Tobago, when I tell all you that Real Talk has expanded into Guyana, all of this feelings joke I'm making. I have documented about it, I just didn't show it. But as 2025 closing off, 24 closing off, let me show them a little document. This is a business registration in Guyana. Verifying Real Talk equipment rental since the 24th. See it? This is a re-registration of our company. Since the 23rd, we have been in Guyana. Since the 23rd, this is 24th, I renewed documents in Guyana. You see, money lender's license to carry out our business under money lending, real talk equipment rental. This is Saieed. Come back to me. So when I tell all you, I have a finance company in Guyana, don't watch me, don't even think about doubting me. Since 23 we in Guyana. Since in 23 all I hear me talking about it. I renewed my document on the 24th. And if it was be joking, real talk ain't joking, you know. When I tell all real talk credit union, I'm going up the Caribbean. Trust me. Trust me, we're going up the Caribbean. And if it's joke I'm making, I ain't just financing. It's about 30 to 35 years I'm financing. I know how long my hand is. And I know who I'm connected to. The good Lord. The good Lord. So when I tell all I have something, don't doubt me. I can assure you the bottom of the file what we register in 23. And this 24 ending. We're going in 25. We registered everything back for 25. Wherever we had to do over, we did it over for 25. You see, those who just yap, I just like to show them documents. Those who just yap. So from January, we have excavators and truck will be heading to Guyana. We have business in Guyana, viewers. Cola, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Good night, sir. Just calling, I want to find out if the Prime Minister of this country checking how much money he have in the bank.
He ain't going to tell the public how much.
To see if he getting pension or he getting pension no more.
He ain't going to tell the public how much. Thank you, my friend.
Right.
Now, viewers, Cox added that the pension is not for abuse because it's taxpayers' money. SRC should I tell the damn Prime Minister that? SRC should I tell the whole cabinet that? SRC, Salary Review Commission, should have understood that before they give a raise. The governor of Central Bank should have realized it's $3.4 billion in taxpayers' money going missing. And to come up in all ahead to give Jaiwanti Ramdas access to check the what? The check clearance system. Donna Cox said, oh God, you cannot abuse the money because it's taxpayers' money. Donna. One more time. Donna. $3.4 billion of taxpayers' money is missing in Trinidad and Tobago. But you studied who will abuse the pension? That's what you studying? You should run an investigation and see how much people in government office, Donna, has food card. Don't be a clown in your office. Don't be a duncy head in your office. Don't be a dodo head in your office. Stay up to speed in your office. You're studying who are abusing taxpayers' money. Tell Clong about $3.4 billion in taxpayers' money missing. And today, nobody can give an account for it. Not even the central bank governor wants to give authorization to the audit department to check the check clearance system. But you studying who are abusing pension money? The minister said currently 109,000 people receive senior citizen pension. She sought to ensure the public that the bill will not impact those who already receive pension. So in other words, again I'm going back to, will banking information be revealed to Ministry of Social Development officers? This is my question. Caller, good night.
Yes, I. Good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, I. You know what I try to understand with these people, right?
Tell me.
It's like when they reach in that office and they sit on there for a little while, they just feel they own the office. They just
Yes.
own all the resources in the office.
Correct.
They just feel they own the ministry. Who the hell is she to come and tell the senior citizens of this country that them no longer qualify for our old age pension and that will be optional and they want to check your bank account So you must not know money in case you get sick and you go to the doctor. Let me tell you something, sorry. In the blink of an eye, 100,000 is done, you know.
Correct.
People not understanding how this country running right now, you know. You go for one surgery and that money done, you know. So what people supposed to do, they're also going mount up and lie down in the ground and dead then. That's what people, old people to do. People
And you don't can't get messed in the hospital.
People who contribute to the economy to make life better, who sacrifice, and Marvin Gonzalez talk about sacrifice, the people who sacrifice for these people to reach where they reach, they want to put them out, you know? Nah man, I see the thing. Let me tell you something, you can remember a few years ago, when it had people who were 30-something years and 40-something years collecting old age pension.
Correct.
It was a big racket running in the office.
Yeah.
Under the PNM that happened. And under the PNM, when COVID was there and they was giving out grants, house grants and the grant for working and things, how many people was getting it in one house? If it have 5 people in one house, it's 5 of them getting grants.
Correct.
There's real corruption around through our office and they want to come and tell me that they're going to cut old age pension. Let me tell you something. If people want to come out and say something, now is the time to do it, you know, because old people don't have no other option but that pension, you know.
Correct, yes.
People need to understand what's going on. Before I go inside, I want to bust a mark on your program here, right?
Tell me.
A little birdie come through by me. I was giving my little scores there, right? Let me tell you something. It is a ledge. That bridge with the bill over by the back by Shoguna's police station, where they call that bridge? Perseverance Bridge?
Perseverance Bridge.
Well, it is a ledge, and here's a $15 million contract about to build that bridge, right?
Wow.
And the talk here, they only use yellow boulders, and they pull the bridge, and they backpull it, they pave it, and they throw some concrete. And the talk is that bridge had to last till the next election. That's the talk we hear. Why do you think they put humps and they put barriers, high barriers, because nothing heavy can pass on that bridge?
I understand.
They just fix the bridge. They just pull the bridge, and they put it for car load to pass. That's the talk we hear, you know, eh? Anyway, sorry, you enjoy your night. Corruption can't done, man.
Thank you, my friend. $50 million. That is money. And I was the contractor and people involved in that. So this is now where Rohan Sinan have to come out now and lego information to the public. Is he brave enough to do that? Is he brave enough? I'm going to tell you something in Trinidad and Tobago. In Guyana, Mr. Ali fired from contractors to office holders to state people to chairman to big boys. He fired from our side. In Trinidad, we hugging them up like if they we brother. That's what they're doing. Guyana starts to receive wealth in their country. And those in authority are fixing Guyana to be better off than they were. And they are holding people responsible in Guyana to make sure that there's a better Guyana. In Trinidad, man, if we go down the road and we hit a pothole on the highway, don't study that. You know why? Money don't pass. Who are they get money, who are they get kickback. No quality control, no best practice, and that's it. You get a kickback, you stay quiet and you go home. Bandit pass and rob you, I all well happy with that. Yeah, I happy with that. Quality control, do we have that in Trinidad and Tobago? No. That department is getting money, but are they functioning? No. You know why I said no? Because the roads would have been better in Trinidad and Tobago. The road would have been better in our country. So is somebody getting kicked back to turn a blind head? When you turn, is it just how you turn your head, you should get a stroke and get blind? Trust me, is he coming next year? Oh, you're going to see a different side. You're going to see a different side. Because I'm putting you on the spot and I'm calling your name in your department. You see how I call out the central bank governor? What are you waiting on to give Jaiwanti Ramdas authorization to check the check clearance system to make sure that that is the system that caused $3.4 billion to go missing? What you waiting on? You waiting till you get a heart attack? You waiting till you get senile? You waiting till you can't come off your blasted bed? Oh, trust me, when the 25 reach, Real Talk on television will be a different Real Talk. I bracing myself to go to court, and I bracing myself to do more voodoo work. I lighted more candle in January. Trust me, Trinidad have to get better. It have to get better. And if one or two people have to get blind, nothing wrong with that. If one or two people have to crash on the highway, nothing wrong with that. Trust me, nothing wrong with that. If one or two people want to turn their head like this and get stroke, trust me, you're turning their head and they're getting stroke. This is why they call it real talk. You know why? It's not a jokey man stand up here. It's a man who wants betterment for his country. It's a man who wants betterment for the people living in the country. And if we have oppressors in the country, trust me, I know how to oppress them. I know how to oppress them. When your spirit decide to hit you a slap in your face, trust me, you're getting a slap, you know. You're getting a slap. 2025, real talk, we could be different. I will be different. I'm prepping to go to court. I'm prepping for some of them to, let me turn a blind eye. Trust me, you're getting blind. That's what I want to do. Turn a blind eye. We go fix that. We go fix that. And if you feel afraid, you see when I make an attempt to kidnap my son, I didn't hesitate. I let all you know what I do. Oh, trust me, see, coming in 2025, especially with taxpayers' money is concerned, you will see a different side. You will see a different side. When I started this program, this year now will be about 8 years on the airwaves, and about 8 years. Yeah, the 19th of March will make me about 8 or 9 years on the network. Somewhere 8, 7, 8, somewhere around there. Trust me, when I started, I didn't fear. 8 years down the road, you think I would be fearful? No, we're going to change it. We're going to change it. I'm going to show you how side is doing in 2025. In 23 and 22, we got a lot of legislations passed. I had a trademark. I had a name for that. You want to get something done? Talk to side, and you will see getting it passed. As 24 come to end, I want to thank the Attorney General for whatever he did for Trinidad and Tobago, even though he didn't do much. We want to thank the ministers for doing what they could do. Wherever, who get back pay, who get back kick, wherever it is they get. I'm happy for all you. I'm happy for all you. But I want you to understand, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, tax-paying money, all they're benefiting. And you see, come 2025, it could be plenty heart attack. And it could be plenty of them without vision. Trust me. That's what I have to tell you. Viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, there's more in store.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Realtalk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Realtalk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Realtalk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
throws you a curveball. And you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So viewers, remember, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you interest upfront on a fixed deposit. Remember that. Also, for those of you who have been calling to ask if we have the indemnity plan at Real Talk Credit Union, today I am proud to say yes. We have the family indemnity plan, the debt plan. For those of you who wants to join our credit union now and wants to be in an insurance for when your family die, we have the indemnity plan here at Real Talk Credit Union. So spread the word, friends and family. I am proud to say that tonight we are qualified now. So you want to join the credit union, you want to put your family in a plan that will be able to cover 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, 6 people. Real Talk Credit Union is now officially on the list for indemnity plan. I believe Kuna is the agent for it in Trinidad and Tobago. We are on their list. We have qualified. We registered as of 2 days ago. I was supposed to mention it to you. So we are on the list for family indemnity plan. Viewers, when you open your account with us, you could sign up for the plan same time. I'm proud to say that tonight. But nevertheless, that's just one door open. There are many doors that will be open for Real Talk Credit Union in the coming months. As I say, 2025, we're coming in 2025, we are extending branches throughout Trinidad and Tobago, also in Guyana, also in Barbados. And one thing I can tell you before 2025 is finished, that Real Talk Credit Union will be in Dubai. Because I have already gotten in touch with one of my sheikh friends from in Dubai, who is a director in an aviation airline across there. A very good friend of mine. Also, I have not too far from here a good friend of mine who is a supervisor in an aviation company in Dubai also. We keep in touch very often. He's from Sugar himself. So I could safely tell you before the end of 2025, Real Talk Credit Union, Real Talk Financing also will be in Dubai. Trust me, God has sent the correct people in. So while it have others who trying to backstab me and pull me down, let me tell you something. The dust that they're trying to take, I have a truckload of sand in front, I just love to say them things, It's giving me chills. We're reaching for goal. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yeah, I would like to know, why is it the government attacking the pensioners? The pensioners are the people who work and build this country.
Well said.
The government we have here now is the people who bring this country down inside the grave.
Well said. Thank you, my dear. So Trinidad and Tobago, let me bust a little note before we close. It is alleged the Innovative Democratic Alliance, right? The leader, Dennis Angus, has alleged that the Tobago House of Assembly has given the go-ahead for a $20 million purchase of 5 villas which are to be retrofitted to house an oncology unit and HIV center. $20 million have been approved for 5 villas. I'll listen to this.
And so while patients suffer and the hospital staff are there without adequate equipment and in a poor working environment, this administration has endorsed the Tobago Regional Health Authority to involve themselves in lavish purchases instead of focusing on functional priorities. So instead of addressing the pressing issues of patient care, this Tobago House of Assembly has inexplicably prioritized a $20 million purchase of 5 villas with swimming pools. Now tell me, is that the business of the TRHA?
Tobago, how will I like that? Eh? How will I like that? Now she wondered what would be the final cost stepping down to taxpayers. I'll listen to this again.
But they're going to tell you, they're shaping the narrative that they have to put up an oncology unit and HIV, because I understand they're being evicted from the hospital, up at the hospital there, by their own colleagues in tourism. That's what we hear. But if you have to put up an oncology unit and an HIV center and whatever else is required for the hospital, are you going to purchase or enter into purchasing villas? And then you have to pay more money to retrofit those villas into hospital standards for care for staff.
Who is in charge of THA in Tobago? Is there any kickbacks passing? I just want to ask all you. What is the final cost of this project? Is it 100 million? Is it 200 million? Who is the THA chief? Asking, you getting any kickback? Me I saying you getting, you know. I saying if anybody getting kickback. We go keep this for next day. So trying to make until we meet again. This is Saieed saying good night.